And speaking of which, it could not be a better time to talk weather than the time that we're having this filmmaker join us this morning. Gregory Fish joins us this morning. He has a documentary entered into the Bare Bones International Film Festival. It's called Steadfast. Gregory, welcome to the morning show.
Thanks for having me, Cliff. Yeah, that's a great segue.
Well, thank you. Your documentary, I was able to preview that. I watched it in pieces, but I'd like to just sit down and enjoy the whole masterpiece you put together. I'm going to call it that because it really strikes home on so many levels. Number one, tell our listeners, what is Steadfast about?
Well, it's about that fateful day in Joplin in 2011 where one of the most destructive tornadoes just ripped through the whole city of Joplin and decimated a third of the town. But it's about really what happened after the tornado. I interview several residents and get their stories, and then the rebuilding. I know a lot of folks from Muskogee probably went up there and volunteered and gave donations, and this film is just really my tribute, a labor of love and my way of saying thank you. And just out of that terrible tragedy, there's so much that was tragic and bad, but some good came out of it, and there were some inspirational stories that came out of that, and I just wanted to capture that because it received national attention. A lot of big cameras came in, President Obama came twice, but as a independent filmmaker, I wanted to document the whole story and have my little camera, tell the story after the big cameras had moved on and moved to other stories.
Well, your little camera, as you call it, it creates a big imprint to anyone that's going to watch this film.
Oh, thank you very much.
You have done an outstanding, remarkable job at capturing emotion. There is emotion from the beginning of the film to the way that it ends that it will give you chills. I mean, it really, really will.
It does me. Thank you.
Great job.
Every time I watch it, and during the time that I was editing it, there were moments I would just break down.
It really struck close to home for you. I mean, this was your
Yeah.
hometown, right? You had family in Joplin?
I did. All my family's from there, and I lived in Deep South Texas at the time of the storm, and came there shortly after and started filming. Didn't plan on making a feature-length documentary, but that's just kind of the way the project evolved and ballooned into something that was full-length, and just, it was very close to home. That's where I grew up. That's where I work now. After the tornado, that was one thing that brought us back to this area.
Right. Now you're back in Joplin.
Yeah.
So it's home. I guess you knew it all the time you were gone. It's like me. If I were to leave Oklahoma, I would know my home and my heart's still in Oklahoma. No, it doesn't matter where my body is. I'm here. This is my home. And I totally get that.
That's right.
What was it like for you, though, to be afar and see such carnage on your television? Because you're like, oh, I know that location. And probably many of them you didn't even recognize.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the clearest memories I had was Mike Bettis breaking down live on the air, and seeing that. When I heard that a tornado had hit Joplin, I thought it was like maybe the little Wind-NATO that took out Crown Video when I lived there. And I just saw CNN, and it was incredible. So shortly after that, we got a van full of supplies, and we went that way. And just a testament to all the volunteers that just came from all over. Right when we landed in Joplin to help, someone came up on a four-wheeler ATV offering us food and drink. And here I'm thinking, I'm coming here to help, and someone is helping me.
That's awesome.
Immediately.
That is awesome. Well, it's kind of the spirit that really happened in Joplin, and it continues today. Joplin has really rebuilt itself, and I'm not going to say anything else about it because you have to see this film. Now, how can our listeners see Steadfast, the documentary?
Well, the best way is to come today at 1 o'clock at the Roxy Theater and check it out there. Hope you will come out if you're available. and see it. If not, you can visit steadfastdocumentary.com and just shoot me an email there. DVDs of this version will be available soon.
Very good. Well, I wish you the very, very best. And Emily, his wife behind the scenes here, I promised I wouldn't throw her under the bus and put her on the air. But I know it's got to be a family project, something
Yes.
this big.
Yeah, she helped a lot, just giving input. And I might give a shout out to my friend Sid in New York, who
Sure.
is listening right now online.
Hey, Sid.
He helped shoot footage with me right after the tornado.
Well, it's a terrible event. You've done a masterful job in putting this together. And if I still go back to the days.
Mm-hmm.
I like you. I probably arrived. I was probably in Joplin about the same time you were. I happened to be taking vacation, so I was on the way back through and standing in the middle of the devastation. There's nothing like standing in a city, and there's nothing standing, intact.
Mm-hmm.
For as far as you can see in any direction that you look. And
Yeah.
that's what the Joplin tornado did. And how many lives were lost? 160,
161.
161. That could have been so much higher.
Yeah, I say in the film that as a photographer and a videographer, no camera lens can explain what it's like standing in the middle of the devastation zone, doing a 360, and like you say, nothing is standing.
I feel inadequate as a photographer when you go somewhere like that, because when I looked at my images, I get back, there's nothing here that shows the devastation as it was. Mm-hmm. And, good luck with your documentary. Yeah, I guess you'll know on Saturday night if you win
Yes.
Best Documentary, so good luck on that. Gregory Fish and Emily joining us as well. I keep mentioning her. She's not going to go on, I guess, but nevertheless, glad you guys are here. 1 o'clock, Roxy Theater today, and I guess you can get your tickets right there at the Roxy, right?
Yes, at the
How
door.
much are tickets?
I think a la carte, there's $7 for that.
Worth it. I'm telling you, go check it out today. Gregory Fish, filmmaker, Steadfast, the documentary playing as part of the Bare Bones International Film Festival at the Roxy Theater today. Right now, 9:22. It's me, Cliff. More continuous country coming up right after this.